Benvenuto. Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. My name is Mark. Today we're going to make lemon chicken and potatoes. I love lemon and chicken. Now, we've got a couple couple different lemon chicken recipes. My goal with this one was to make this really easy to be a weekday meal, something that you don't have to, do eggs and dredge in flour and cheese and so on and so forth. So I've kind of condensed this down to a really basic, quick, easy, and delicious recipe. Okay, so it's chicken and lemon. So our first ingredient is our chicken. I've got just about 2 pounds of recipe. I'd say between 1.5 and 2 pounds of chicken. I always will go up to the higher. This is almost exactly 2 pounds of chicken thighs. All right. You can use any kind of chicken you want. You could even use skinless chicken. I got the skin on it because I wanted to get a nice brown coloring to it. All right. We of course need a nice lemon that you've scrubbed really well with your brush. All right. And for the potatoes, okay, we got some Yukon gold or yellow potatoes. All right. Now, I lost my knife. There it is. We'll get into this a little bit more with the recipe, but I just wanted to show you that we just want to quarter them, all right? Peel and quarter them. Roughly about the same size, so they cook together, all right? Now, the one thing different about this is I have found over the years with this recipe, it was a cute twirl there, that I'm actually going to start them when I boil them with hot water, and then we're going to let them boil for 10 minutes. We'll get into a little bit more about that in a minute. But the reason is that I have found that if you start with cold water, the potatoes get too tender. And we want them tender, but we want them to keep their shape because we're going to brown them a little bit in a little while. All right, so we got our chicken. I have salt and peppered one side already. You can salt and pepper to taste. That looks like a lot of salt, guys, but remember this is kosher salt, so it's big crystals. And it's not quite as much because it's going to be to taste. I'm going to put in the recipe in total about a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of black pepper. So for our spices, we need salt and pepper. And the only other thing we're going to use for spice-wise is we're going to use some dried oregano. Okay? I'm going to put this aside for a moment. All right, so the next thing we need in the recipe is we need some peeled garlic, 3 nice good cloves. I'm going to put these in the little processor. And we've got some shallots, all right? And all you're going to do with that is you peel them, slice them, and we're just going to cut them in half just to make it a little easier to process in the processor. Now, if you don't want to drag out a little food processor, just slice them really thin like that, all right? Those are going to cook down in our frying pan anyway. The same thing with the garlic. You can slice that up thinly. All right, now as far as the what's this, a lemon? Lemon is concealed. We're just going to cut off the end. Maybe cut that. Oh, that was the oven preheating. Now, this is going to be a really quick bake in the oven. It's only about 10 minutes, but I've got it preheated to 400 degrees. Cut off slightly a bigger piece than that. All right, so then you want to slice them thin, about half of the lemon. This lemon's got a lot of rind on it, but those are going to just kind of go on as really garnish when we put it in the oven. All right, but we'll save half of the lemon. These are seedless lemons. Of course, take the seeds out if you didn't get seedless ones. So we can put this aside for the moment. We're going to squeeze the rest of the lemon in our sauce as we go on. All right, so we need, of course, we're going to need some olive oil to. You guys hear Wade's coughing interrupting us? Allergy season, poor thing. As he's gotten older, he gets allergies, which he never did before. And also a little bit of either fresh parsley or the freeze-dried parsley as garnish. And we're going to need a little couple pads of butter as we go along. All right, so now since our chicken is going to take a little bit longer cooking-wise, I'm going to I've got it on really low right now, just heating up, and I'm put it up to about medium-high. This we don't need yet. I'll show you when we need that. So we need some olive oil. A good amount. You want to coat the total bottom of your pan. I know I had a turning device here someplace. Be right back. All right, here we go. We'll use this one, guys. And we can put, this is optional, I'm going to put just a little tiny bit of butter in there for a little flavoring. Got that. Melting. All right, that looks about good. I really want this on medium high, not really, really high. We're going to get a slow sear to this because our goal with frying this is we do want to cook the chicken through. All right, but we're going to put it the skin side down. We might not even have to turn this. Now, I was going to call this a one-pot meal, but it really isn't because we've got this pot for the potatoes. But we're ultimately going to end up, hopefully, with everything in this pan and throw it in the oven. All right, guys, so might as well chop up our garlic and scallions. In the past, I mean, I've just, there you go, so that's good. All right, that's all you need to do. Or some people don't like to get a big chunk of garlic when they bite into something. That wouldn't bother me. We're going to keep our oil around because we're going to need that for a little bit later. We'll keep our salt and pepper because we're going to need to season a little bit more. And we'll keep our butter handy. All right, guys, so we're going to cook this on medium-high about 10 to 15 minutes. We really want to get that skin. Or if you've bought the non-skinless one, you want to get the a really nice brown to the flesh of the chicken. All right, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes because by then, about 5 minutes, because my water should be boiling. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with our potatoes. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, guys, our water is boiling, and now you do need to add a little bit of salt to your water. Optional, but I think it's Anna Garten said that where she comes from, they don't salt the potatoes. That's actually maybe about a teaspoon of salt, and we're gonna, of course, strain that out. Anyway, but I just wanted you to show. So I brought it to a boil, and I'm gonna add my potatoes in. I'm gonna keep my strainer handy because we're gonna need that. All right, so we're going to bring it back to a boil. Give it a little stir. And to help it come back to the boil, we can put a cover on it. All right, so as soon as that comes back to the boil, which should only take a minute or two, you're going to cook them for 10 minutes, okay? So when our potatoes are done, I'll be back. See you in a little bit. Okay, guys, our potatoes boiled for just about 10 minutes. Let's check. Oop, rolling back in. So they're just fork tender, okay? When you put your fork in, they're not absolutely breaking apart, okay? But they're nice and tender, okay? That's what we want, because like I said, we're gonna brown them up a bit. All right, so we're gonna drain these. And those can just sit there for a while our chicken is finishing up. Last time I used this cooktop, I noticed there was something wrong with it. And when you higher the heat on this side, it lowers it on this side, and vice versa. So something's going on with it. So I did end up turning over my chicken. You probably won't need to, just because I was going to flip it back over and get our crust a little bit more crusty once I could turn up the heat. But anyway, probably didn't need to know that, but that's why it looks a little bit browned on that side. All right, so as soon as this gets nice and crispy, believe it or not, the recipe's almost over. We'll see you in a bit. All right, our chicken is all nicely browned. Let's go on to the next step. We're going to take our onion or shallots, whatever you used, and our garlic. Throw it in our pan. And so now I don't think I need any more oil. Of course, we had our oil and butter in there. And our, that pan's hot. So just like normal, let's give it a stir for about 30 seconds till you smell the garlic, which I certainly do. I've turned my heat down to medium-low, at least to start. All right, we'll grab our potatoes. And be careful because there might be a little water in them, and you've got hot grease there. All right, so our goal with these is just to kind of get them a little bit of color. And we'll put them there. Let them sit for a second. I'll turn it up a little bit to medium-high. And that's probably going to take about 3-4 minutes for you to get a little bit of just brown on the edges, all right? That's all you're looking for. All right, well, we'll see you in about 3 or 4 minutes. All right, guys, we're starting to brown up nicely. I'm going to put just a couple pads of butter in there. It's optional. We'll put, I said a couple, we're going to put 3. All right. And we're going to take just a tad bit more. I have tasted it, and I think our potatoes need a little bit more salt. And a little bit more pepper. And we'll put our oregano in. And we'll give it a little stir. And so remember, our oven is set at, or preheated to 450. All right, we're going to put our chicken back on, just kind of nestle on top. We can turn this off actually now. Pour our juices back on there. All right, guys, then we got the other half of our lemon. And give it a squeeze. All right, we got our lemon pieces. All right, then we're going to put this in our 450 degree oven. Heavy. I should have turned the light on, but all right. So middle rack, 400 degrees for about 10 minutes or so. You might want to check it after the first 10 minutes. Make sure your chicken is cooked thoroughly through. It should be. If not, just throw it back in the oven for a few more minutes. Okay. Set a timer for 10 minutes.
Got it. 10
10
minutes.
minutes.
And that's starting
Now. All right, see you in 10 minutes. Okay, guys, our chicken should be done. Smells delicious. I'm going to bring it over here. And we can give it a quick temperature check. I'm sure it's done. It's probably a little overdone, but it's chicken breast. All right, yep, we're at 164, so that's done. All right. Now, I'm going to let it cool just slightly, so when I serve it, everything doesn't fall apart. But other than that, we're ready to eat. See you at supper. Well, we're back, and we're going to enjoy our lemon, chicken, and potatoes for dinner. Thank you for joining us. Look how crispy your skin still is.
That is nice and crispy. Yep.
Of course, I should have gotten him some knife. I just said, do we need a knife? I said, no, we can just pull it apart. Perfectly done. Still moist. Do you want a knife?
There you go.
There you go.
That is good. That is delicious.
The potatoes. Potatoes is really where you kind of get that nice lemony from it too. So,
Those are chicken.
yeah, chicken is hot. Chicken is delicious. And then tonight we've got some sautéed green beans. Now, mind you, I like soft green beans, so I always saute them a little bit more than maybe some others might do. They might like a little crunch to it, but
Yep, these are perfect. Wow.
they go good with the chicken too. All right, that's all I got to say. I'm going to enjoy.
Give me a moment. I'll talk with my mouth full. Guys, thanks for having supper with us. Please remember to like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next video.
Ciao.
Bye.
That's tasty.
That is really good.